What is going on, fam? It's January 16th, 2025, and you're watching the Ether 62 podcast. With updates on Donald Trump's nominations, the ceasefire with Israel and Gaza, the FDA red color food ban, and the latest news on the California fires, you are tuned into the Ether with the current events as trending on X. President Donald Trump is making headlines again with his international ceasefire and hostage release deal. With only 5 days away from the presidential inauguration, it's no question whether or not Donald Trump's authority has taken precedent on the world stage. The Israel-Hamas conflict appears to be coming to a halt with the announcement of the ceasefire and hostage release. With the current administration touting a similar deal on the table since May, Hamas apparently rejecting the deal due to the lack of toxic masculinity. Perhaps a photo of their home or a reminder that the mother of all bombs has sisters did the trick. Well, that didn't stop dopey old Biden from taking credit for that. He also says his policies won't take effect until these next 4 years.
You know, it will take time to feel the full impact of all we've done together. But the seeds are planted, and they'll grow and they'll bloom for decades to come.
Convenient. The funny thing about his policies, the majority of them will be reversed within the first several hours of Trump's presidency. And given the ongoing investigations in Arizona and several other states where evidence is clear the election was stolen, I'm sure many of the policies that remain will be overturned. Well, it was an eventful day for Q and the Anons today when Trump's pick for Attorney General Pam Bondi was bombarded by the swamp, asked for her knowledge in QAnon as it pertains to Kash Patel, the incoming FBI director.
Example, are you familiar with something called the QAnon conspiracy?
I have heard of it, but I do not know what it is, but I've heard of it many times, Senator.
So let me tell you what I've learned about it. The core belief is that a cabal of satanic, cannibalistic child molesters are embedded within our government and are conspiring against President-elect Trump. They asked Mr. Patel about it, and he said, quote, "I agree with a lot that the movement says," end of quote. Does that sound like a good preparation to run the FBI?
Senator, I don't know anything about, I had heard of QAnon, but I've never heard that definition attached to it at all. You're going to have to ask Mr. Patel about those statements.
We will. And I'll tell you, until we get answers to those questions, I don't know many people on this side of the table will give him an unequivocal endorsement. This and his enemies list, what he calls his government gangsters, this is what you expect of Stasi. This is what you expect of secret police. It is not what you expect of justice in America, as you've even described it at the table today. So I would say this unequivocal support of Mr. Patel should at least have some reservation until he explains some of these outrageous positions he has taken.
I look forward to hearing his testimony about QAnon in front of this committee.
You will.
Did Durbin just open up a can of worms? This is Pam Bondi's hearing, not Kash Patel's. Why is he so concerned about it if it's just a conspiracy theory? After all, what is wrong with being opposed to having a satanic, cannibalistic child molesters in our government? Do you see what I'm getting at? Do you see where the confliction is at? Pencil Neck Schiff gave it a shot, severely missed, then got wrecked. Check it out.
Aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president
Liz.
has
We're
called,
also worried about Liz Cheney,
the
Senator.
president has
You know
called
what we
for
should
this.
be worried about?
Ms. Bondi,
the
please
crime rate
answer
in
my
California
questions.
right now
You are
is
aware,
through the roof.
Ms. Bondi,
Your robberies
Ms.
are
Bondi,
87% higher than the national average.
My question is this.
That's what I
My
want to
question
be
is this.
focused on, Senator.
Do you have the
if I'm
power to
confirmed
say
as
no to the
Attorney
president?
General.
And what you're suggesting today by your non-answer is you don't have the independence to say no to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It also requires you, if you're going to be a good attorney general, to be able to tell hard truths to the president. So my questions now are, can you tell hard truths to the president? So let me start with an easy truth that you could speak to the president. Can you tell us, can you tell him that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Can you say that? Do you have the independence to say that? Do you have the gravitas, the stature, the intestinal fortitude to say, Donald Trump, you lost the 2020 election? Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I won't do it. I won't play politics with any ongoing investigation.
So let me ask you another.
Like you did leaking your colleague Devin Nunes's memo.
If you'd be able to review hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at every file I am asked to look at.
Of course you won't. So will you advise the president?
Can I answer the question?
Well, my question
I would have plenty of staff. You said, of course you want.
You'll be able to review hundreds of cases on the first day?
I'm not going to mislead this body, nor you.
All right, let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that. Let me ask another question.
You were censured by Congress, Senator, for comments just like this that are so reckless.
Their day is coming a lot sooner than we think. Pencil Neck is about to get censored again very, very, very soon. Pam Bondi hit the nail on the head when speaking to Senator Lee about parents, religion, the school board, and the attempted incarceration of Donald Trump. Take a look.
We've seen over the last few years the weaponization of government, specifically within the Department of Justice, against law-abiding Americans. Law-abiding Americans whose offense was something along the lines of, them exercising their constitutional rights, ranging from Catholics attempting to practice their faith, to parents showing up to school board meetings, to people showing up to engage in peaceful protesting outside of abortion clinics. As Attorney General, how will you prevent the weaponization of the Department of Justice against Americans?
And Senator, you just gave the classic example of what's been happening regarding the weaponization. And going after parents at a school board meeting has got to stop. For practicing your religion, sending informants into Catholic churches must stop.
What about branding parents as domestic terrorists or trying to incarcerate one's political opponent as a sitting president of the United States?
Will stop, must stop. Your Senator.
It is exactly the sort of answer I was hoping and expecting to receive from you.
The very aspect of separation between church and state these bozos don't seem to understand is that the door swings both ways. The education system has no right implementing or teaching students ideology that directly oppose a family's religious or moral values. Education is simply that. 2 + 2 = 4, and this is what happens when you commit a crime. None of this new age global evolution theory bullshit. Yeah, I'm going there. The indoctrination has one goal and one goal only, to discredit God and to destroy the nuclear family and cause confusion. The next interaction between Pam Bondi and Senator Alex Padilla shows just how dysfunctional the Democrat Party is, and is a prime example of that.
Your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but many of the president-elect's inner circle continue to spread the big lie about the 2020 election. Then we'll move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking. May I speak? You cut me off when I was speaking. When I ask you the next question, you can speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi. Well, I'd like to answer the previous one, Senator.
When we met yesterday,
you pointed your finger at me and
you
said
did not
you were
seem
speaking.
to be familiar
let me answer
with
my question. I'm not
the
going to be bullied by you,
Citizenship
Senator
Clause, the 14th
Padilla.
Amendment of the United States of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you
And I'm
didn't want to
hoping
hear
you're more
my
familiar
answer
with it
about
today
Pennsylvania.
after I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me in this committee what the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I am confirmed as Attorney
You're the one
General,
asking for a confirmation vote,
you
ma'am.
cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I've been a state prosecutor. I've been a state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment.
Is it just me, or is he PMSing? You never know with these people. Anyway, looks like Robert F. Kennedy is already making waves. The FDA has now decided to ban red number 3 food dye, noting it is carcinogenic, among other behavioral side effects in children. It looks like they've also updated their version of the food pyramid, adding eggs back into the mix after years of them telling us eggs were unhealthy. These people are literally scrambling for their lives. Bill Gates is about to go down, World Health Organization is going down, the United Nations is going down, and there's nothing they can do about it. Absolutely nothing can stop what is coming. As the fires continue to ravage California and the recall of Gavin Newsom still on the table, it now appears the actual people are being set on fire.
Attention Lost Station, code 3 response needed, Ray 904-914S, 3554 Decker Canyon Road in Malibu. Informant lives at Loke and sees people on fire at the end of Decker Edison Road. Tag is 126, Lost Coast Unit in 1 or less.
One of the most populated cities in America, one of the most blue cities in America, is now displaying to all of us what a woke system is capable of. Nothing but dysfunction and destruction. Prayers out to California, but let this be a wake-up call and warning to all of us. This is the path that the U.S. has been on for a while. We're now watching it unfold, and luckily only at a fraction of the size. Nonetheless, there is still work to be done. I, for one, will continue fighting for voter ID, a safe, clean environment, tax funds used for the citizens and returned to the citizens that contribute, a stop to illegal aid and enablement, and to all unconstitutional policies implemented by sneaky politicians. We've been given grace. We do have another shot at old glory. Heck, do we even know what our founding fathers had in mind for us? How long have we been slaves to this corporation of the United States? We are the Republic, as stated in our Pledge of Allegiance. It's time to come together in our natural environment and stand up for our rights. I'd like to congratulate the incoming cabinet of our new Trump administration. I know we are going to kick ass and show the world who's boss. Well, on that note, be safe out there. America, trust in God. Keep moving forward. Where we go one, we go all. Absolutely nothing can stop what is coming.